So good evening, boys and girls. This evening I am going to rebuild my Kayfun light. I built it last night and about to make a boo-boo there and screw it from the wrong spot. So as I was saying, I built it last night and I believe it wound up somewhere around 0.8. Yeah, 0.8. Although it's a bit warmer than I would have liked it to be. So I don't know if I just have a completely crappy build or if, these things are just really that much warmer than a dripper or a Jenny. So I'm going to rebuild it and see what we can do here. I'm just taking it all apart right now. And that's what the coil that is currently in there looks like. I should have remembered to grab paper towels, but I did not. So, get all this stuff wiped down real fast. I apologize for not doing this in advance. But sometimes we just do things on the fly, right? So, let's go ahead and get this old coil pulled off. With my handy dandy Dell screwdriver. Thanks, Dell. Alright, so I believe that wound up as 3 wraps. Actually, it's a 3-4. And it may have been hot spotting. Well, we'll find out. I'll shoot this one for about 1 ohm and see how it goes. So, roughly 6 inches of wick here. And I'm going to take roughly 2.5 inches of Kenthal. And I'm going to find roughly the center. Drop my leg of Kenthal on there. And we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's pull the 5th one out of there. Okay, now see how that one leg shoots way off? The one that I initially pinch whenever I'm starting it. Well, I'm going to pull that one back over. And I'm going to pull it down. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold it up there and see how close it is. That's actually not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my fingernails and I'm going to squeeze these guys together. Okay, make sure my wick moves, and it does. So now, let's lock it down on there. So, for those of you that can or cannot see that at home, it's bouncing all over right around one arm. So that was 2mm Echo wool, 5 wraps of 28. And it is sitting fairly pretty there. Quick moves. Just cutting into it slightly. Nothing horrible. Got some batteries done back there. Kind of pull and twist this puppy so that my coil is sitting right over my air hole. Make sure all my legs are spread. That actually looks pretty good to me. I don't know what you guys at home think, but I'm going to call that pretty freaking good. So, with that being called pretty freaking good, I'm going to go ahead and clip all my ears. I don't need my fingernail clippers in there, so they must be in my work bag. You know what? Those clippers suck. I'm going to get a new pair of dikes. There we go. Those dikes work a lot better. resistance changed ever so slightly. Just making sure I've got spacing off my deck. And that looks pretty good, so let's pull it off. Let's fire it real fast. And then let's finish building this puppy on out. What do you folks think? From the center out. Gold box out of the way, drop this down a little bit further. Let's see, can you see that any better? Oh well. Looks good to me. I don't know what you guys folks at home can see. So now, what I'm going to do, pull my tails up. Put the lower half of the chimney on. Get it screwed down. Alright, now that's probably a little too long to try and stuff all down in there. So I'm going to clip 1/8 of an inch or so off. You know what, that may actually still be too long. That's better. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff those tails down in there. That's what it looks like. Looking pretty good all the way around. So, since that looks like that, I'm going to shake up a little bit more Asian orange. Fill up my UCAN. Almost too much. And now with a freshly filled UCAN, let's put a couple drops on there. Get it all good and sucked down. That looks pretty good. Chimney hits taste good. There's going to be good flavor if it stays like that. So, let's go ahead and finish it on up now. Screw that portion of the M tank on. Screw my top on. Go ahead, pull it back off the mod. Take my filler screw out. And let's get this puppy filled up. If you notice, I turn it to the side that way because you can't really see that last bit between the clear M tank and the bottom. I don't like to run it over, so I turn it sideways with the hole up at the top so I can see that little air bubble. And when I see that little air bubble get really tiny, is when I stop. Full of liquid. Mess on my nice pretty green rag. Oh, and I forgot to put my battery cover back on my meter apparently. Screw it back on my meter real fast. Double check my ohms. 0.98. Move that back out of the way. Close my UCAN back up. Put it back on my Enzo V3. Wipe it all back down again. That's a good bait. Alrighty, folks. Have a great night.